I often tell people, I will teach you how to fight so you don't have to fight. The best outcome is non-physical. And that's what we want you to take away. You're empowered, you're confident for dealing with life situations. So when I think about extreme violence, terrorism, active shooters, in our workplaces, how that affects us, it's so hard. It's so hard on my heart and everybody. The trauma that it just leaves in the wake. And one of the big pieces for me is that, we really could have done something here. I'm not saying we can eliminate violence as a whole, or especially extreme violence, but there's many things that we can do, to prevent and mitigate extreme violence and everyday workplace violence. So I believe that the seed for violence prevention was planted when I was 12 years old. I was at my school bus stop with my 3 friends. Car pulls up. From the looks of the car, inner city guys, I don't know, they had been 17, 18, 19, definitely older than us, 11, 12-year-olds. Had their windows down, calling us names, you punks, you MFs, you this, you that. And me and my 3 friends, we didn't know what to do. We didn't know anything about violence, aggression, being bullied. One guy hit me so hard it put me down. Then his friends got involved and they pummeled me. My 3 friends, they just stood there. They didn't know what to do. I can't fault them for that. But I'm hurt. Of course, I'm crying, dirty, and of course humiliated by what just happened. Then the situation got worse. The bus showed up. And of course, we know kids can be cruel. I can hear kids laughing and giggling. I put my head down and I just wanted it to all go away. Not too long after that, I made a vow. And the vow was I was never going to let that happen again. So the answer for me was karate, martial arts. I learned how to fight. I went on as an early teenager to start competing. When I was 19, I really wanted to step into the area of full contact karate. That's what it was called during my time, my era. And went on to compete for almost 10 years in full contact karate. And won numerous championships. In 1996, I was scheduled to fight for the super middleweight championship of the world. That was my dream. I was already a champion, but I was going to be a world champion. So when I fought, fear is my deepest motivation. It was at that time in my life. You got to run faster and longer. You need to kick more. You need to hit that bag more endurance, more weights, more everything. And then you overcome that fear, and then it's on to the next level. The opponent was just the pathway to get to where I was going. I had a life-changing event in 1996, the same year, scheduled to fight for the super middleweight championship of the world. The life-changing event was the loss of my father. My dad had a massive heart attack. He was 52 years old, and it changed me. I realized that my balance was off. This is an empty journey. Didn't think I just needed to serve this glory right here. I had to shift it out of me into how can I take these skills and talents that I have so used for this benefit here to benefit others. I ended up working for a hospital in Spokane, Washington, second largest city in Washington State. But the medical center, 4 behavioral health units, a rock and roll emergency department. And I recognized the need for training. Now, how can I put my skills and talents to work here from the martial arts? And it just manifests. So I started developing training programs, and it worked. Our incidents went down. We track everything today, right? And word got out. I started working with the emergency department staff, started working with behavioral health, went on to train literally thousands of people at the medical center that I worked at. Today, we travel all over the country teaching people ultimately how to be safe. The vision of AVADE is to create a culture of safety in an organization, an agency. And so I come from an industry where workplace violence was considered part of the job. And so we've been on our mission through education, prevention, and mitigation to break the paradigm of workplace violence as part of the job, because it's just not. And so that's our focus. It's our driving force every day to empower individuals so they can de-escalate situations before they turn aggressive or even violent. AVADE has grown to be the nation's leader in workplace violence prevention, and it hasn't just been with one person. You know, our model is train the trainer, and so our trainers are out there, they're preaching safety day in and day out and really changing the culture of their organization. And we know we can't do it alone. I need you to take the charge and carry that banner moving forward of creating a culture of safety. And this is not just for the workplace, it's for every day.